Hey Rubies, we're back, and we're actually back with our first Dear Peace and Leslie segment, so let's get started. Okay, so first I want to start off by saying that we all experience depression from time to time. And by depression, I just mean this great sadness. It happens to all of us, to the best of us. It's normal to feel depression, especially after something bad happens to us, like we lose somebody we love, or we break up with someone we're in love with, or even just failing at something that's really important to us, like school or sports or an audition, or just something that we really want, something that really matters to us. It's also really normal, pretty normal to feel sad and not even be totally sure why. I know sometimes for myself, I'll catch myself feeling down and I just won't be able to put my finger on the reason, but I can feel it. It's real. I'm down. I'm not, totally myself. That happens too. But there is another level of depression, a deeper level of depression that we can fall into. This deeper level of depression is sometimes called clinical depression, major depression, usually by professionals, and usually requires that you seek some extra help getting through it. Some of these signs and changes are, one, you are feeling sad for most of the day or all the day, or feeling really empty and just bursting into tears, or just feeling really irritated or angry. And again, 1 week, 2 weeks pass and you just can't shake these feelings. You can be starting to feel like there's no hope for you, or that nothing will change. Or you start to feel really worthless, like you're not worth anything, or feel really guilty. There could be changes in the way that you're sleeping. You start sleeping too much or sleeping too little. Same thing with eating too much or eating too little. You have a hard time concentrating on things that are important to concentrate on, like in school or at work. Just anything you got to do. You can't, quite focus on it completely. You have really low energy and just feel really tired all the time. They call that fatigue. And you maybe find yourself not being interested in things you're normally interested in, like hanging out with your friends or different hobbies that you do, like sports or dance. And then on a more serious note, you start to feel like hurting yourself or actually taking your life, or you just think about dying a lot. If you see that you are experiencing a combination of these signs or these changes, say 4 or 5, 6 of these changes you start to notice in your life, and say after about 2 weeks you just still can't shake the feeling, you still can't shake these changes, you could be experiencing major depression. There are people to talk to. You can start with a school counselor or a church counselor, tell them how you're feeling, how you've been feeling, and they can start to work with you through some of those feelings, or at least get you to someone that can. I would also consider talking to a therapist or a psychologist or psychiatrist, and these are people who have just had a lot of school, a lot of training in dealing with people who have depression and other issues. I myself, like I mentioned in a previous video, went to school to become a psychologist as well. To set that process up, you want to first get to your regular doctor. So you want to have a parent or a family member or a trusted adult get you to your regular doctor. Get a physical, get checked out, make sure there's nothing going on physically or medically with you that's causing your depression, but also, ask for a referral, which is basically like getting the information to a professional that you can go to talk about what you've been going through. But if the type of depression, the type of sadness that you're going through right now seems to be more of what I was talking about earlier, that normal level of depression that we all experience, then there's a couple things that you can do to lift your spirit. Me, I like to remind myself to teach myself and treat myself. Teach myself how to be happy again by doing things that normally or used to make me happy, like hanging out with old friends, or getting back in old hobbies or old passions, like singing, or writing music, dancing, or playing basketball or soccer, or just whatever you're into, maybe haven't done for a while. Then there's treating yourself. I treat myself by a day of shopping, or treat myself by getting my nails done and toes done, or treat myself to some ice cream, which I mentioned before that I love. And so those aren't things you want to do every day, because you want to save your money, you want to be healthy and all that. But times like this, it's definitely okay to treat yourself a little bit and help your spirits lift and get back on track. So teach yourself and treat yourself. So I hope that helped anybody who's watching this video, and I hope you stay tuned and subscribe. Bye, Ruby.